your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? Now, we would like to open the closing ceremony. The distinguished judges and the questioner are ready to enter this session. Please welcome them with the deepest respect. Then the distinguished judges and the questioner will give us some comments. Firstly, Mr. Matthew Miller will give us some comments. Mr. Miller, please.
Thank you very much. First, I'd like to thank everybody, the speakers, for all of your hard work and preparation and practice, but also our wonderful staff. I don't know how you pulled this off, but you did a great job. I know it was difficult to do an online event, but it's been really fun and it's been a great success. And I have three things that I'd like to point out just quickly. The first point is something just interesting I've noticed. This is my second online speech contest, and I noticed a lot of things that are different comparing to, a live event. And one of the things, that I think you should keep in mind, because you might do another online speech contest again. This is something that I saw a lot of people doing, and I think everybody should think about this, and that's with gestures. When you're up on stage, you need to make your gestures a lot bigger so people in the audience can see. But when the camera is right on you, you actually don't need to do such big gestures. Just normal sort of, I don't know how to say, muted gestures work fine. And I saw a lot of you doing that, and it worked really well. And the same with body movement. When you're up on stage, you have the whole stage to move around on. You can walk around, you can move your body this way and that way. And when the camera's on you, you don't need to move around so much, but you still should do something. And I noticed a lot of you were doing things like kind of looking off camera. Some of you approached the camera like this and then backed away. I thought that was really effective. And I hope you all noticed you were doing that, or that other people were doing that. I thought that was really effective, when we're in this very different setup. And another thing about the facial expressions, we can see your face much better now on camera than we can on stage. So that was interesting. I felt like I had a much better connection with the speakers. You seemed a lot closer. I could see your eyes, your mouth, your eyebrows raising and stuff. So that's going to be a lot more important in an online speech contest than when you're up on stage. Of course, on stage, your facial expression is important, but even more so now. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. My second point is kind of a smaller point, and this is more about your written speeches. I noticed most people tend to repeat words a lot. I can't think of any examples right now, but for example, if my speech was about sushi, I love sushi. Sushi's great. Sushi's healthy. Sushi is a traditional Japanese food. Sushi. In English, when you repeat vocabulary words a lot, it starts to sound a little unprofessional, even a little annoying. So when you write your speech, don't worry about it. But when you go through and edit your speech, check yourself and make sure you're not repeating words too often. Use pronouns, use it or, this thing, use synonyms. If I'm using sushi as an example, instead of saying sushi, I'd say, sushi is delicious, it is healthy. This traditional Japanese food can be found anywhere. So again, when you're editing, make sure you're not repeating words. A lot of people make this mistake, so just be aware of it. And just the last thing that I'd like to say is, I was really impressed by the high quality of these speeches. Both when I read them, they were just written really well. The topic choice, your topics were really important. And also the performances that we saw today were fantastic. I was just really surprised and taken aback. And I think, especially in a time that we're going through right now. It's sort of, I don't know how else to put it, but it's a dark and kind of depressing time that we're all living through right now. And I just think your speeches were really inspiring and necessary. So thank you. And that's all I've got to say. Thank you very much. How do I mute?
Thank you very much, Mr. Miller.
Next, Mr. Yuya Kubota will give us some comments. So Mr. Kubota, please.
Okay. Hello. First of all, congratulations for the job well done. Of course, the organizers and speakers, and of course, and including the audience for watching on YouTube. Well, as introduced, I was one of the Quell instructors in year 2015, 5 years ago, and you know what? At that time, I was Tamura-san's judge assistant, and so surprising that now this year, I'm very happy to come back to this contest again and judge together with him. Thank you so much, everyone. And first of all, okay, as a judge, I would like to mention something about the contents, about the usage of your original episode. And throughout the contest, I noticed that for both social topic and personal topic, you mentioned about your original episode. And well, many people say that your speech needs to be original, like include your own story. I think the instructors say that, your senpai says that, and even we judges say that. And that's true, and that's correct, I think. Sharing your original episode is a very important key in making a speech. But what I would like to mention today is that you have to keep in mind that your own episode is important, is essential, but at the same time, it is nothing more than just one example. Because, you know, all the audience, including the judges, including organizers, and has the unique, different background. So if you just stick too much to your own side, have a narrow eyesight, and don't think that much about other viewpoints, then your speech would not be an effective one. The key is what you pick up from that story. So find an essential element and make your message applied to all the audience. So some of you may remember my speech at the Todai High in February. I talked about the wine speech. You can see on the YouTube if you didn't know that, that's fine. And my message was about finding the bouquet, finding the essence of the things. And what I want you to do is to find the essence of your own experience, picking up the lesson and sharing it with the audience in a broader eyesight viewpoint. That's what I want you to keep in mind. Your original episode is important, but at the same time, it is just one example. So think about other viewpoints, other cases, to brush up your speech. And another thing that I would like to mention about the this contest, the concept. I love the concept, the prologue. This is a good concept. And what I'd like to tell you as your senpai speaker and a previous ESS speaker, you must know that there is no epilogue until you give up. As you know, I take part in a speech contest, well, only once a year, but usually I'm a judge. I judge a lot of speech contests. Maybe I will see you later on at some other contests. But I love to be involved in this kind of speech event. And at the same time, I use my speech making skill, like logic or presentation skill at my work too. So even after graduating, other than speech contest area. So there is no epilogue in speech activity unless you give up. So I want you to continue making an effort. And of course, in this kind of difficult circumstances, thank you so much for the organizers for holding this contest. And yeah, good luck for the next contest. Welcome for the winners of this contest and all the audiences and speakers and organizers. Good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kubota.
Next, Ms. Miyuki Kobayashi will give us some comments. So Ms. Kobayashi, please.
Okay. Good afternoon, speakers, friends, and all the organizers on the other side of this camera. It feels so awkward not being able to see your happy faces and in talking to the camera. But first of all, I'd like to acknowledge organizers for making an effort in hosting this speech contest online. You were so innovative and creative. And you could even make a speech out of this experience. And I truly believe that the value of college student speech contests are not only giving speeches or listening to speeches, but also organizing the speech contests. And Mr. Ito kept contacting me back and forth many times. And then this morning, when I saw him online, I realized he was a champion from the last year's contest. And then I realized that there were many great speakers from the past supporting this speech contest. That is what makes this speech contest so special. I talked a little too long about the organizers, but that's what I really felt. It was very impressive. And now the speakers, congratulations. And you did a great job talking to a camera, but I received all of your messages. Each of your speech were so interesting, wonderful, informative, touching, thought-provoking even. And we certainly learned so many things from your speeches today. And actually, I prepared a longer version of my comments today, but since we have wonderful other judges, I let them talk. And then I will save my comments and then share it with you in a breakout room. And thank you so much again for your wonderful speeches. And you have set a great prologue to the new world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kobayashi.
Thank you.
Lastly, Mr. Naoki Tamura will give us some comments. So Mr. Tamura, please.
Thank you so much, Masters of Ceremony. Last month, Toastmasters International had an online speech contest. It is called the World Championship of Public Speaking online. 8 finalists delivered the speeches online, and those 8 speakers spent so much time analyzing the best possible way to maximize the effect of sending the message. Since online speech contest seems to be continuing to be the mainstream for probably the next year, 2 or 3 more years, I would like to share with you some tips in order to excel at the speech contest online. There are 3 tips that I'd like to give you today. Number 1 is eye contact. I have some good news and bad news with regard to eye contacting. The good news is the camera is your only audience, and therefore you can simply make an eye contact with the camera like this. Try not to look at the screen like this, because if you look at the screen, you are not connecting with the audience. So try to make an eye contact with the camera. Sometimes it's fine to look at the audience's faces by looking at the screen, but only sometimes. But I recommend that to keep your eyes, maintaining your eye contact to the camera like this in order to connect with the audience members. So tips number 1. And tips number 2 is about staging. The staging, don't underestimate staging at an online speech contest. Even if you are in a room, staging is important. Thinking about which part of the screen you're delivering your screen. You can be delivering one story from here and another story of here. A little movement will make a lot of difference. And the core message should be delivered. You're always in the center of the screen when you're delivering the core message. Also, you can convey your emotion by coming closer to the audience like this, or taking a step back and away from the audience members. And you can make yourself disappear depending on the story plot. Number 3 is the props. Props are any kind of objects that you can use in your story. In a regular on-site speech contest, it would be really hard to show your small items because of the distance. But you do not have to worry about the visibility on the online contest. You can introduce a book like this, and you can even show the coin to the audience members like this. As the second place winner of the Toastmasters World Championship Public Speaking this year showed effectively showing her props. It was really effective. And those are some of the tips for online speech contests. And there are so many more, but probably I can give you in the next opportunity. Last but not least, that I'd like to give a huge recognition to everyone working behind the scene for this speech contest under the leadership of Nishimura-san, Teruyama-san, and judge supporter Ito-san. Thank you very much for your hard working. Without your support, this contest would not have been held. So this is my comment, but think about the possibility. Welcome to the new world. Today, now you can just open the doors for the global communication. By mastering the way you can communicate with through the online like this, and you can always talk to everybody in the world. So brush up your speaking skill online and be the global leader. That's my message. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tamura.
Next, let us introduce the prizes for the winners of this contest. The top 5 speakers will be qualified to participate in the All Japan Intercollegiate English Oratorical Contest for the Jewel Cup.
The 4th and 5th prize winners will be given a plaque. The 2nd and 3rd prize winners will be given a trophy. And the 1st prize winner will be given an East Japan trophy as a token of becoming the champion of this contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to move on to the announcement of winners. Each of the winners will be awarded by Ms. Reona Teruyama, the executive chairperson of this contest. Ms. Teruyama, please.
Firstly, I would like to announce the fifth prize winner. The fifth prize goes to Mr. Hayato Kojima from Keio University.
Certificate. This is to certify that Mr. Hayato Kojima has been awarded the fifth prize in the 34th East Japan Intercollegiate English Oratorical Contest, sponsored by the Kanto University's ESSA, September 26, 2020. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. Kojima will be given the plaque later. Congratulations, Mr. Kojima.
Thank you.
Next, I would like to announce the fourth prize winner. The fourth prize goes to Ms. Mizushi Akiyama from Waseda University ESA. Certificate. This is to certify that Ms. Mizushi Akiyama has been awarded the fourth prize in the 34th East Japan Intercollegiate English Oratorical Contest, sponsored by the Kanto University's ESS League, September 26, 2020. Congratulations. Ms. Akiyama will give a plaque later. Congratulations, Ms. Akiyama.
Next, I would like to announce the third prize winner. The third prize goes to Mr. Shohei Hira from Aoyama Gakuin University.
Certificate. This is to certify that Mr. Shohei Hida has been awarded the third prize in the 34th East Japan Intercollegiate English Oratorical Contest, sponsored by the Kanto University's ESSB, September 26, 2020. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Hida will be given a trophy later. Congratulations, Mr. Hida.
Next, I would like to announce the second prize winner. The second prize goes to Ms. Kaho Arima from Tsuda University. Certificate. This is to certify that Ms. Kaho Arima has been awarded the second prize in the 34th East Japan Intercollegiate English Oratorical Contest, sponsored by the Kanto University's ESSB, September 26, 2020. Congratulations. Ms. Arima will be given a trophy later. Congratulations, Ms. Arima.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most exciting time has come. I would like to announce the first prize winner. The first prize for the 34th East Japan Intercollegiate English Oratorical Contest goes to Mr. Tenfu Matsushita from the University of Tokyo.
Certificate. This is certified that Mr. Tenfu Matsushita has been awarded the first prize in the 31st East Japan Intercollegiate English Oratorical Contest, sponsored by the Kanto University's ESS League, September 26, 2020. Congratulations.
Mr. Matsushita will be given the East Japan Trophy later. Congratulations, Mr. Matsushita.
Thank you.
Now, we would like to ask Mr. Tenfu Matsushita, the first prize winner of this contest, to make some comments. Mr. Matsushita, please.
Thank you so much for the Master of Ceremony and all the judges and all the organizers who have 日本語でもいいですかWell, I'll try in English. So I'm so surprised because I wasn't ready for the first prize. So I'm really happy and I'm so proud of this first prize. And sorry, I wasn't very ready, so but so during this pandemic season, we couldn't do any speech activities like we used to as last year. So I was really shocked, and I was so disappointed a little bit because this is my last year to do all the speeches. So and also I'm really so happy because the East Japan speech contest is one of the speech contests which I really wanted to attend from when I entered to the University of Tokyo ESS. So yeah, I'm really so happy to have a chance to attend this contest. Thank you so much for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matsushita, and congratulations.
Now, we were able to hold this contest thanks to the distinguished judges and the questioner. We would like to express our gratitude to them with the deepest respect from our bottom of our hearts. Thank you very much for participating on our speech contest, despite with your tight schedule and COVID-19.
Lastly, Ms. Leona Teruyama, the executive chairperson of this contest, will give a closing address. Ms. Teruyama, please. Sure. Thank you, Master of Ceremony, honorable judges, speakers, audience, and organizers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor and a pleasure to give a closing address as the executive chairperson of the 31st East Japan. First of all, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude to all of you, especially the distinguished judges. Thank you very much for your kind support and cooperation. This year saw us holding this contest online for the first time, and I'd like to express my gratitude as well as my apologies to you for the inconvenience. I'm so sorry. However, thanks to your kind cooperation, we were able to hold this contest successfully. Regrettably, I cannot show you my appreciation in person, but thank you very much once again. And a great thank you to all of the speakers for delivering great speeches even in this unfamiliar environment. I express heartfelt congratulations to 5 Junior Cup finalists. I hope for your success in Junior Cup. But I was moved by all of your speeches and personally felt that regardless of the result, all 10 speakers are worthy of this East Japan. So thank you very much for participating in this contest. Prologue, the new departure from this moment. The time 8 months ago, when I was giving lots of thought to this concept, seems like a long time ago now. While this year's contest was delayed due to the coronavirus, this East Japan is the first event of the year. And I think it is truly like a prologue where everyone can start with a fresh mind. And I hope that everyone involved in this contest will go on from East Japan, keeping these fresh feelings. And all of you, not only speakers, but also applicants, will continue to be positive about speeches. It is with that in mind that I have led East Japan until today. So it would make me so glad if this contest has become such a great opportunity for you. Last year, I was the executive chairperson of different contests. And after that, I decided to become an instructor. When I was in my speech section, I had no colleague because of a shortage of my speech section, and organized a contest by myself. Since then, I wanted to organize a contest someone with the same energy and passion. And it wasn't just any contest. This is Japan that I so badly wanted to organize. I love East Japan, all of it. For the last 8 months, not a day passed without thinking about East Japan. Sometimes I felt like escaping from East Japan because of heavy responsibility. But more than that, East Japan is important to me, and it was just part of my 8 months life so far. So, honestly, I don't want to close East Japan, that I wish this time would stand to stop here. And I could think like this thanks to the instructor. So I'd like to express my gratitude to all of the instructors. Instructors are gathered here as a matter of convenience, so I'm going to look at and talk to them, not at camera. So I'm sorry for a few minutes. First of all, Mana-chan, Tanaka-chan, the Vice Executive Chairperson. Thank you very much for your hard work over half a year until today. While organizing East Japan, we talked and worried a lot together, and I'm afraid that I was a totally unreliable executive chairperson. I'm so sorry. Even so, thank you for your help and cooperation. I couldn't have done without you too. Thank you for letting me be the executive chairperson of East Japan. I am really, really happy I could organize East Japan with you. Thank you so much. Also, Takeru, thank you very much for your support. I thought you were scary at the first. Your strengths and the speed of your replies, like official line account, always helped me. When I became an instructor, you told me that you wanted me to experience the pleasure of organizing together with friends. Do you remember?
Yes.
Right now, I completely understand what you meant. And I don't think I would have been able to stand here if you hadn't invited me. So thank you very much. And all of the instructors, thank you very much for supporting East Japan until today. As I said, I've always wanted to organize someone, and now I am so glad that the someone is you all. I am so happy to become the instructor with you. So thank you very much, everyone. So once again, I express heartfelt thank you to the judges, elimination judges, speakers, audience, and organizer, everyone involved in this contest. Prologue the new departure from this moment. Today is the day it begins. And as each has already begun, and now we cannot stop here. Let us keep today as a precious memory and move onward. Thank you all for participating in East Japan. Now is the time to close the 34th East Japan Intercollegiate English Oratorical Contest. It has been my great pleasure to share today with you. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Ms. Teriyama.
Must be something in the water. Feel like I can take the world. Throw the weight up on my shoulders, 'cause I won't even feel the burn. Don't be afraid to dive. Be afraid that you didn't try. These moments remind us why we're here, we're so alive. Let's live like we're immortal. Maybe just for tonight. We'll think about tomorrow, yeah, when the sun comes up.
小川さん、イーストジャパン出場おめでとうございます。そしてお疲れ様でした。小川さんのことを1年生の頃から知っている僕としては、小川さんがイーストジャパンに出場しているというのはとても感慨深いです。1年生の時にゴールデンカップに出られなくてとても悔しがっていたのが印象的だけど、そこで腐ることなく継続的に努力し続けてきたなと本当に思います。そのひたむきに頑張る姿勢と、それをイーストジャパン出場という結果に結びつけるところ、本当に尊敬しています。また小川さんはスピーカーとしてだけではなく、慶応のチーフとしても本当に立派だと思います。後輩や同期だけでなく、先輩すら笑わせてくれるそのユーモアであったり、またレクチャーがマンネリ化しないように毎回新しいことを考えてくれる、そういう工夫してくれるところとか、本当に今日のスピーチ通りクリエイティブなチーフだなとよく常々思います。今年はコロナ禍でスピーチの機会が思うように得られていないかもしれないけれども、あと半年小川さんらしく頑張っていってほしいなと思います。応援しています。
渚、イーストお疲れ。こんな大舞台で堂々とスピーチする渚を本当に尊敬します。ありがとう。
渚、お疲れ様。
渚大会お疲れ様でした。また次の大会も頑張りましょう。
渚、お疲れ様。ゆっくり休んでください。
渚、お疲れ様でした。Thank you for your nice speech.
渚、お疲れ様。いい結果が聞けることを期待してます。
渚、お疲れ。お疲れ様。
渚、お疲れ様。
渚、お疲れ。最高だったね。
本当にお疲れ様でした。渚、多分本当に素晴らしいスピーチをしたと思 張るね。本当にお疲れ様。ゆっくり休んでね。
コタン、お疲れ様。
仕事も課題も多い中、スピーチに全力で取り組む姿に惚れ惚れします。
これからも頑張ってね。
みんなで応援してるよ。
お疲れ様でした。こんなに小さかった先がこんな大きくなりました。こんなの落ち着いたらみんなでご飯行こうね。せーの。
イースト翔平さん、お疲れ様。
お疲れ様。
お疲れ様です。梅子杯の実調をやりながらとっても忙しかったと思います。本当にお疲れ様です。もういつもメッセージを送りすぎて喋ることがないのですけれども、今日はカフェラテを持って帰ろうと思うんで、後で2人で打ち上げしましょう。イエーイ、お疲れ様です。
いやー、イーストすごかったわ。いや、マジすごい。
隼人お疲れ。
様です。
そういえばさ、今めっちゃ暑くない？ちょっと夏だし、夏っぽいことしたいなと思うんだけど、旅行行かない？
ああ、行きたいわ。なんか暑いしさ、海とか入りたいんだよね。
海いいね。
沖縄とか？
いや、ありだな。修学旅行じゃ行ってないわ。
じゃあさ、みんなで沖縄旅行行こう。
いや、いいね。
最高筋勝て。
いつとかどうする？
あ、でもこの4人でしょ。行かなきゃ。
いや、まあね、まあもう4ね。
4って
そうだよ。私ダイビングとかめっちゃしたいんだよね、沖縄で。
私もなんかちっちゃいさ、綺麗な感じの島でさ、潜ってみたいんだよね。
いや、いいね。憧れてる。
ちっちゃい島いいね。ちっちゃい島。
小島。
お疲れ。
お疲れ。
島イーストお疲れ様です。ですね、本当はちいへとたいすけとのやつに本当は5人で撮るつもりだったんですけど、僕が見事にタイムマネジメントをミスりまして、はい、こうして一人で今撮ってるんですけど、本当にお疲れ様です。本当に今思うのはやっぱり島っていつもすげえなってのを本当にいつも思っていて、なんていうのかな、なんていうか、もっと本当にいろんな言葉で言い表したいんだけど、マジでボキャ品すぎて何とも言えないんだけど、本当に島のことはすごいなといつも思ってるし、これからもいろんなことを教えてほしいなと切に願っています。ぜひまた今度飯でも行きましょう。本当にお疲れ様でした。はい、以上です。
どうも UT スペシャル TV の岡部です。いやー、天風くん、前回の Paid For に続きまた素晴らしいスピーチを披露してくれました。本当にお疲れ様です。 そしてですね、今後も天風にはどんどん活躍していってほしいなと思っております。これからも一緒に頑張っていこう。それでは次回の動画でまたお会いしましょう。バイバイ。
はい、大会楽しみにしてます。月並みだけど、1回だけジョイントで見たスピーチがどんな風に進化したのか見られるのをすごく楽しみにしてます。自分のアイデンティティに関わる多分根幹のとこなんだろうなっていうのは常々話を聞いてても思ってるんで、思いっきりぶつけてきてください。楽しみにしてます。期待してます。頑張って。
天風お疲れ様。引き続きいろんなスピーチ書いていってください。聞くの楽しみにしてます。これからも一緒に頑張りましょう。本当にお疲れ様でした。バイバイ。
お疲れ天風。俺は筋トレと天風のスピーチを聞くの大好きだから、これからもたくさん大会に出て、たくさんいいスピーチ書いてくれ。頑張ってね。バイバイ。
あっと言わせる。気持ちのこもった。優しい。
まだ見ぬ高み。
みんなのアイドル。
ズッキーニ。
しっかり食べてゆっくり今日は休んでね。
せーの。
先生、お疲れ様。
何かを失えばまた何か手にする Don't be afraid to die 何もせずもっと cry These moments remind us why ここで生きる意味は Let's live like we're immortal Live just for tonight We'll think about tomorrow Yeah, when the sun comes up 'Cause by this time tomorrow We'll be talking about tonight Keep doing what we want, we want, we want No wasting nights
Now, the 34th East Japan Intercollegiate English Oratorical Contest is all over. We sincerely appreciate all of you here. However, as Mr. Kubota said, there's no epilogue in our speech activity. We are looking forward to seeing you again at the next prologue, the All Japan Intercollegiate English Oratorical Contest for the Jewel Cup. Thank you very much for your cooperation.